Yo, so this is my first video on this channel. I'm excited. And so, yeah, I just finished eating lunch. Um, I had some real good mango, you know what I'm saying, without any of the little strands or whatever. And had some rice, all that stuff. And before we continue, I just wanted to say I found this, or because I know I was going to talk about mango at the beginning of this video, I went and found this collage that I made back in middle school. And yeah, mango was my favorite fruit. So there you go. So, after I graduated college, I was living the life and I'm still living the life. You know why? Because, we don't have to go to college no more. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. And so I've just been chilling. It feels like a summer break. So it hasn't really hit me quite yet. But yeah, don't have to commute no more. No more schoolwork. Having my own schedule. Like, it's been great, you know? Um, I know exactly what I want to do, but have been kind of like um in this like transition period, and it's been an interesting ride to say the least. Also, just wanted to show you guys this picture of after the graduation ceremony. I took a picture of myself, so that is great. My feet were hurting also, by the way, FYI. So like I was saying, I was doing my own thing, doing just watching all the videos, doing a lot more learning, a lot of um, growth in different areas. And it's been great, but it kind of hit me because, people in my circle, were kind of like expecting me to like get a job like ASAP, right? And I'm like, cool, like I'm a, do like a part-time thing, and it'd be cool, right? So it's been basically like a month of me like applying to different stuff, not knowing it would be that hard. I guess it's, I don't know what the climate is, but still haven't heard from anybody yet. And so it's been kind of frustrating, the past few weeks, just like personal stuff, and then also this job frustration. And so it's been kind of hard, no lies. More so, it's been a lot more pressure from those around me just wanting me to have this stable lifestyle. When in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to relax. I'm not really focused so much on making an income right now. And it's just hard being around people that are pressuring you to have a specific path when that obviously isn't what I intend on having. And I get why they want me to get a job super quickly because they want me to, be successful, quote unquote, in their eyes. And also, they're just earth signs in general. So, you know what I'm saying? They like that type of stuff. But no, but in general, I am grateful though that I'm in a position where I don't have to worry about my finances and have a place to stay. And even just the past month, I've had, even though I have a solid foundation of what I want to do for the long term, I've had a few changes in just different directions on what I was going to do, even in the past month, as far as little minute details. So it's just been a lot. And I feel like people in general, they need to give young people some slack. Because it's funny though, because thinking back, growing up, I had such a clear vision of what I wanted my career to be. But once I had that shift in my mind mid college, I get how some college students, or at least a lot of college students, don't really know what they want to do or are trying to figure that out. And so I just want people to give us young people some slack. Like, we're just trying to figure this out, especially with all the knowledge that we know now. Like, we're trying to make it out here. So, like I mentioned, with that switch that happened to me mid college, I wanted to go back to like my childhood. It was chill, hung out with my friends, was really just living the life, playing, not, just going with the flow. I don't know if it was just me, but I was kind of looking back, I really was not very cognizant of like what was going on. I was that type of kid that didn't question anything. I was just going with the flow, doing whatever I was told to do, going along with what was sort of normal for what a kid should be doing, especially in my environment around me. I went to school, did really well, because, especially with the discipline that I had with schooling, I was hard on that. Then I had more schooling with college, right? And during that entire period, like I said, like I was super unaware of like anything. So during my college breaks, I remember I first got super into wanting to sell these online courses online. And I actually made two previous channels before this one, before I got to, where I'm at now. And then I was super into real estate at one point, wanting to do that. Bought all these books, still have them. Then I started learning about different health regimens. And then I started looking into the whole, like all the sectors of beliefs and stuff like that. You know what I'm referring to. And this one dude, he recommended me this one channel, and it changed my life. And so with this dude, like he taught me my whole birth chart, basically. I learned about my sun, my moon, my rising, and I literally binged watched all of his videos. And I was just so in awe of how much information I learned about myself. And I discovered who I really am. Like, I don't know how else to really explain it. But before then, I just saw myself as this shy girl that didn't have anything special or unique to offer to the world, and didn't really have a voice because I didn't have a voice growing up. And it just gave me so much strength and power in who I was as a spirit. And with my chart and looking at my north node and south node and all the other placements, it showed me why I was the way I was when I was little and what I need to be doing now. And I don't know if you can hear, but my laptop is just making the loudest noises right now. But really, I realized like my career and my work, and just in general, my north node, that I should be doing art. And more specifically, that's drawing and painting. And so what you see here is my first ever sketch that I've done ever since high school. And I did this last year on my birthday. I found a couple sketchbooks that I had from high school that were given to me, because I took a lot of art classes back then and used these pencils that I got from them as well. Shout out to my art teachers, y'all. And this is my first sketch ever, and it just means a lot because even just what you see and what it represents, this like superhero having the star in your hand and just having control over your life, having grounding with the brick on the bottom, in the moon or whatever star that is in the upper left corner. Like, this was a super monumental moment for me. And the main thing I forgot to mention is the reason why this is so iconic is because this is the first ever sketch that I drew that I didn't have any external what's the word? I didn't have anything to reference off of. And that means so much to me because growing up, every time I would draw, I remember the first drawing I ever did was, I was in elementary school, and I remember I drew this deer in this like nature scene, right? And I remember the main reason why I was able to draw that is because I had a reference photo to draw off of. And even in the past, all I would do is just reference nature scenes and I would recreate those. Or if I drew anything, I needed something to base my art off of. And really all I was doing was copying. And that's what made me almost second guess myself as an artist, because I felt like I didn't have anything to bring to the table creativity wise. And so being able to sketch now, having my own style, not referring to anything, and being able to draw these cool, quirky, unique, cartoony, face-like type images, and it being something that I can call my own style, it literally means so much, for real. And from that day, I would sketch almost every single day. I don't sketch on Saturdays now, but I literally have a whole catalog of my original artwork, and it's so empowering. Like, I don't know how else to say that this is something that I created, something that I made. And with that dude that changed my life, he made several videos that helped me realize, as spirits, we need to create whatever that means to you. And for me, looking back at my childhood, knowing that I was always into drawing, I knew that this is what I need to be, that this is something that I needed to do in my life, and is literally what's guiding me through this life, is me creating and expressing not just my art, but who I am and my personality. Because let me just tell you, it's it's a lot, okay? So I'm just really excited. And so with this discovery of my natal chart, learning about this expressive side of me, this creative side of me, it's still lit to me. And I just continued to binge watch all of his videos, and I came across one video about not sinning. And so if you came from a religious background, you know what that word means. And so I clicked on the video, and that single video made, like, that was the deciding factor for me to be like, I'm not going to grad school. Period. And so in that video, it made me realize that I wanted to do grad school basically just to fulfill the people around me's dreams, if that makes sense. Because all they wanted was this doctor title. And so I was really trying to go for it because I was just like, I can do it, and I still can do it if I chose to. But then I realized the root decision of why I even wanted to be a PT back when I was in high school. I wanted to do it because of the title, subconsciously without me really knowing. And two was because it was like it was the job that made the most money and involved fitness. And I'm still into fitness, and that's like a whole nother part of my channel, but like that was the whole reason why I wanted to do it. But if my perspective is all about being my own boss and doing my own thing and just me learning about this creative side of me, it just didn't make sense. And so I decided that I wasn't going to go to grad school. And so like later that month, I remember telling the peoples around me or whatever, and they were shook. And I remember the year after, or the year before that, I had told them something and they were shook. And so it's just it was just, and it's still hard, y'all, just trying to coincide with your peoples, but we just don't see eye to eye. And it was hard. And so yeah, I remember, just to make them happy and to prove them, I decided to apply to grad school just to show them. And I got accepted into the early admission program. And yeah, they saw it. They were like, cool. But then, like, later, like a month after, I remember sending my decline form to the uni. And so I have this really tiny, had to like crop down like the form just so that you can see this part. But yeah, that I declined my position into the program. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to show proof. I don't know why, but I thought it'd be cool. I don't know. So everything seemed chill, and by this time it's basically the beginning of this year. And it was my last semester of college. I was super focused. I Yeah, I was just having the best time focusing on myself. Um yeah, focusing on my future career after I graduate. But literally this semester, it was like the most busy as far as schoolwork goes, and then just group projects. It was just a lot of stress, especially like the last couple or few weeks of college. Like, it was so stressful, but your girl got through it. And let me just tell you, in college, the worst thing about college were the group assignments, because people were just not wanting to do the work, and I had to do everything. And so yeah, to all those people, I don't know what else to say. Y'all just need to get your life together. That's all I have to say. So once I graduate, right, and I'm like living my life, at the crib, doing me. Once I get these pressures of like having a part-time job and starting to make a little bit of money at least, it hits me and I'm like, whoa. So because it was so crazy during college, I wasn't really thinking about the next steps of, at least for the finances. I wasn't really thinking, and I still don't focus all my energy on finances, because I know that part of my life will be taken care of once I live out my true purpose. But it's just been interesting, learning, me having all these ideas, right? And still trying to figure out how to, what's the word? How to approach and do all these things. And then you have people left and right giving you ideas, wanting you to do something else. And then me realizing actually yesterday that we just don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and it's just hard in general. Because for me, because I was just trying to find the best way to get my finances situated in this transition period of me trying to do mainly a lot of my art stuff as my main thing, right? And I think that's the transition that a lot of anybody that's in the creative world has to go through, is just that instability. And really, that word isn't even the right word. It's more so creating a foundation so that in the future it can become stable and something that you can live off of. And so, but really, anything these days isn't stable. So it's like you just have to make do. Especially if you live with your peoples. It's like all these pressures, they can get to you, and it makes you feel down about yourself that you aren't doing a good job, and them just comparing you, being like you're supposed to, I don't know, just make money right now, and you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, and it's just like, oh my gosh, and it just made me realize like it's nobody's fault. It's just something that has to happen for me to learn. And I don't blame the peoples too, because I haven't told them my whole like enlightenment phase that I had 2 years ago or so. And so because I got a reaction, like a more on the negative reaction like 2 years ago about one certain area of my life, I've just kept everything straight up like quiet, just because I don't want people to almost ruin my dreams, if that makes sense, especially because I still live with them. And so it's just been hard, but I know that I can get through it. And in general, it just sucks as a young person nowadays, or I don't even know if, I think just young people in general, just people making you seem like you aren't doing the right thing because you aren't living a certain way. And it's just like, dude, like we know too much now, to the point where we just want to be free. We want to live the life that we want to live. And I just want to let y'all know that y'all are not alone. That even though people may think that we're lost, or we just don't know what we're doing, we all know that deep down that we know exactly what we want to do. And it's just right now a transition period for people to just see the fruits of our labor. And it's just gonna take time at this point. And yeah. So I had this light bulb moment. Okay, so I because I thought of a light bulb for this section of the video, I went through my sketches and I found this, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna use this one. It clicked. Yo, I have a lot of light bulb moments, truthfully. But it came to me because I was just trying to figure out a way, like the best way to have financial abundance without doing it the traditional way. And it came to me, y'all, that I should make a YouTube channel not just for my artistry, but just for me to express myself. And it's gonna be lit. And not saying because I'm doing this channel only for the dollar signs. No, dude. I wanted to do YouTube like 4 years ago. I tried 2 times and it just wasn't working because I wasn't there mentally, spiritually. But I've always wanted to do YouTube, but it just wasn't the right time. And now that I'm spiritually there, I realize that this is what I've always wanted to do, but I'm doing it in a different way, okay? So I actually have my main channel that I'm just solely going to have just for my artistry, not just painting. Stay tuned for that. No, but I was listening to CB's one of his interviews, and he dropped a lot of good gems about artistry. And he was talking about how you can't really mix artistry with your personal life because it just won't mesh well. And I get it, because with your artistry you have to make that so almost like a sacred thing. And so I was just like, how am I gonna like express my personality and all that stuff? And I was just like, I can make it on another YouTube channel. And I was like, that is like, wow, light bulb moment. And it's so cool because it just made my whole like long-term career path way more clear, separating my artistry from like my personal stuff, because I still want to incorporate fitness somewhere in there. And so with this channel, like, I'm gonna be able to include all of that in there, my personality, and it just fits so well. So I'm just super excited. And the reason why I'm not showing my face on this channel specifically is because I want to save my face for my main channel. Truthfully, these two channels are probably going to be equal, but it's more like this is more for like funny entertainment, reaction-y, because this is I consider this channel my moo channel, and my other channel my sun channel. If you know me, I'm a Limu, I like to call it that. And then my sun channel is for my foggy side. And if you know, you know. I'm like super broad right now, but it's fine. And so with that being said, like at this point, it's just about grinding. Not even grinding, but creating that foundation for the rest of my career. And that's at this point making these videos. I don't even see this channel as making money. It's more of like, this is just work that I do, period. Yeah, and it's just gonna take time. And then also with this channel, like me trying to also have a little bit more stable work outside of this, being my own like free, I don't even like the word freelance, but you know what I mean, just doing my own thing, trying to be independent in that way. And I've always wanted, and that's the one thing too, what people, especially the people around me, what they don't know is that even when I was in high school, I always had this mentality too. So it's just interesting seeing them and them not like clicking that together, but it's fine. But like I said, it's gonna take time. I think that's what a lot of us young people, I like calling myself young too, but I am, because like once you're straight out of college, like you're still super young, you have so much potential, and it's just gonna take time. And what I want a lot of people to understand, especially though, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people, they expect you right out of college to make so much money and to have your life situated right away. But if you're on a path like me where we're trying to do our own thing and create, they don't understand that this stuff takes time. And that it's, like, in general, not to say it's going to be a struggle, but it's going to take time to grow. And I just want people to really understand that, because I feel like people look down upon people that don't pursue like higher education, and they seem like they aren't at like this high position or something. But it's like, you don't understand the deeper purpose and meaning of why we do the things that we do. And so I just wanted to get that off my chest. And going off of that, I found this picture, and it really caught my attention, because with that being said, like, this journey, dude, you is gonna be alone. Like, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm just talking about myself. But no, but seriously, once you get enlightened, it seems, and it really is the reality of it. Like, nobody is really on your path, especially if you're spiritual. People are just not going to understand why you're doing the things you're doing. They'll think that you're just rebelling for no reason, but it's like, no, like, they don't understand the depth of all of this. Like, I got rid of all my like my personal social media. Don't talk to any of my old peoples, because even then, like, I realized, and this is going to be a whole nother video of, like, people don't really even love you for who you are. And so that's a deep video, but anyways, but it's just gonna be a it's gonna be a path where you just have to be on your own. I don't know how else to say it. And it can be sad at times. I'm not gonna hold you. Actually, I don't think the word is sad. It's more like you just crave and want people to be in your life, because obviously we all want to be around people that we want to be around, that are like-minded. But if you don't have that in your life and you see other people seemingly have that, it makes you want that for yourself, obviously. But I think at this time in my life specifically, I feel like I'm just not even ready for those type of relationships. Homies, not friends. If you know, you know. Shout out to Doe, you know the vibes. Just real homies that are like-minded, that understand this enlightened life. Not the conscious stuff, but the subconscious stuff. Shout out to Doe. Yeah, because even the past month, like, I've been wanting to manifest, like, my people so bad, my hubby, my kids. Not my kids right now, because, I'm not ready. But, but, I've been, like, I'm trying to find all these people, but it's like, nah, like, I have to relax. And it's funny because even when I was in high school, I remember thinking to myself, whenever I meet my people, I meet my people. And mainly when I say people, I mean, like, my future hubby. But recently, I had to remind myself what I said, what my sort of, like, mantra was back in the day. Like, I can't force relationships. I just have to, right now, focus on me. And I know that's, like, really hard to hear. Even me right now. But it has to be that way. I have to focus on myself, focus on getting my life together before I meet anybody else. And those relationships have to come naturally, y'all. They have to. And so, in the meantime, we just have to be to ourselves. And truthfully, I've been to myself the past few years, so I'm fine. But yeah, sometimes, you do feel different type of ways, but, you gotta remember that we have to develop ourselves personally and spiritually first before anything else happens. So, semi-wrapping this video up, y'all, I did not know this video was going to be this long. I didn't really have any expectations. Also, trying to find all these pictures took like 30 minutes, and so, yeah, I didn't know this was going to take a long time, but I'm actually really happy because I'm getting all of this stuff off my chest. It feels so nice. I'm super excited. But one point that I want to end off with is to not let people pressure you. And I know you can't really control that, especially if you are in close proximity with them. But even if they do pressure you, or they, like, talk negatively about you or anything like that, just know that you know what you're doing. And that just don't, I don't know how else to say it, because I'm kind of, like, in this position too, but it's just like, don't Just don't let that negativity get to you. Just take in what they have to say and make that stuff neutral, dude. Don't let it get to you, and just continue to just work and build brick by brick, okay? And I love this picture of the clouds because it reminds me of my sun sign. But no, this Leo be too much for me sometimes, but no. But with this picture, the second thing I wanted to let y'all know is to just be at peace with yourself, to feel satisfied. Shout out to Doe with your life right now. I know every single night before I go to bed, I say to myself that I'm satisfied. Because truthfully, I really am. Even though in this time right now, physically you don't see these things happening to you and that you quote unquote aren't manifesting, but no, dude. Like, this stuff's already happened. It's just going to take time. So just be at peace with everything. Don't let all these pressures get to you. Just be in that mode of focusedness. Focusedness. That's a new word. Trust me. It's real. Just be at peace. Be zen. And just live your life. Another point I also wanted to mention is that understand that timing is everything. Like, don't let these people pressure you and think that you have to do things at a certain time or make a certain amount of money at a certain time. Like, no. Understand that this timing, like, wherever you're at in your life, understand that you're there for a reason. Like, you just need to, like, understand that. I really stress this a lot. Like, everything that's happened in my life and the timing, it happened to me at the time that it needed to, where I was ready to learn and extract some wisdom off of it. Like when I got enlightened, like in the middle of college, like, understand that happened for a reason, because now I'm here and I'm having the best time. Like, understanding everything, not everything, but understanding the broad perspective about life and everything. So just understand that as well. And I wanted to add my sketch that I did that I pulled up on my phone. But just know that you got this. Like, I really just want y'all to know, wherever, even if you just didn't graduate college and you are kind of like lost, not lost, but you're in that transition period of wherever you're at in life, just know that you got this, man. Like, look at this smile on the face of this. Like, like, what? You got this, man. Like, don't let nobody throw shade on you. You are the shades. You blocked off their negative energy, and just know you got this. So this is the last picture in this video to end it off with. Today is double Cancer energy. The new moves today. Double water. I barely got any water in my chart, y'all. It's a lot. But I knew that I wanted to make and start these videos up today because we got to start putting in that work. I'm so excited for this channel, man. Holy crap. Because I was making like similar type videos on my main channel, but I realized that, like I said, I had to separate the two. And so now, like, we are going to go off. Like, this was the perfect idea. Like, oh my gosh. And so I'm just excited for what's to come. Man, I'm super excited, y'all. But yeah, I'm not going to have a specific like schedule. I'm just going to make videos based off of the moon sign of that day. And yeah, I just hope you have a great rest of your day. Just, be chill like this dude in the picture or whatever, Like, just be content, satisfied, smile, laugh. Don't take things too personally, even though, sometimes we do get in our moods. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. I also wanted to mention, dang, I have to like go back and like listen through this entire video and like edit little bits. Jeez, this is a long video, y'all. I'm not going front, but yeah, I'm gonna let it slide. Dang, so I just finished listening to the rest of this video, but I had a couple points I wanted to make before I finish this video. Man, this is a lot. But no. But first I wanted to talk about how like back in the day when I wanted to do real estate and make these online courses, I realized that I was so greedy, man. Like trying to make money in that type of way, like it's kind of I don't want to use the word gross. That's not the word. But I realized that being money hungry like that is not cute. And then yeah, cuz I know that I'm going to be financially prosperous in the future doing it God's way with the E. Shout out to Doe, and that's just that on that. And shout out to Keisha. No. And so, yeah, like don't be greedy in that type of way, y'all. And I have to remind myself of that too, to not be all money hungry. Like, dang, like understand this spiritual life. That money stuff comes to you when you do the right thing. And then I also wanted to mention that, like I said, like back in the day, like I was learning, but it was really just a trial and error type of era for me. And that's what I feel like college and like people in that age range need to be doing, is just like learning new things and realizing that it's not the right thing. And there's just trying to always try to seek out the truth, because it will come to you. Whatever your truth is, everybody has their own different truths, but it's like ideally there is an overarching path that you should be on, and that's hashtag spirituality, y'all. But the right spirituality, not like the other stuff. And yeah, and I also wanted to mention, I wrote down on here, yeah, like especially if you're young or whatever age you are, like like once you hit that moment of what your north node or what you should be doing in this life, like you have to go for it. Because if I literally spent another 3 years in grad school, I would have wasted basically almost all of my 20s doing that and being in this rigorous program. And it's like, nah, like now that I'm young, I need to be pursuing my own thing. Like I can't wait. And also that tuition, ooh, that's harsh. So don't get into debt like that either. Like what? And then you'd be spending all those years paying off that debt. Like, nah, I don't got time for that. But yeah, like take advantage. Like people always say focus on the now, but in this context, it really does make sense. Like focus on just pursuing that spirituality hardcore. And then the last thing that I wrote down on here to talk about is to F the rules, y'all. Like, but seriously, like, I don't know how else to say it. I do have a lot of aqua in my chart. I'm not going to hold you. So maybe that's where it's coming from. But no, but seriously, like, there was like a situation that happened recently. And it just made me realize like people just really, oh my gosh, why the fridge gotta sound like that all of a sudden? But no, but people, like the majority of the world, they really are just focused on straight up tradition and following the rules, and they don't even have a reason for it. Even if you ask them why, they'll just say, oh, because I do it. But no, like once you learn and your spirit is ready to receive this knowledge, like you can't just do things just to do it. Like you have to have a purpose and a reason for it. And so I just want to say that. F the rules. Do your own thing. Be your unique and individual self. Be spiritual. And everything else will come after that. So yeah. Now this is the official peace out.